What's the scariest sound you can hear when you're all alone in the deep woods? It's not a bear's growl. It's not a twig snapping behind you. The scariest sound you can possibly hear is your own voice, especially when you're not the one speaking. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Tonight we have a story that gets right under your skin. It's about being alone in nature, in a place that should be peaceful. The wilderness has its own secrets, and sometimes those secrets are truly strange and scary. This story was sent to me by a viewer named Alex. He's a photographer who loves the quiet of the forest. But one afternoon, the quiet was broken by something that still makes him afraid to be alone. This story doesn't have a monster or a ghost, but it has something that might be even creepier. So, let's get into it. This is Alex's story about his encounter in a place called Hollow Creek Woods. I've always loved the woods. The silence, the tall trees, the way the light comes through the leaves, I find it all very peaceful. I'm a photographer, and I love taking pictures of nature. My favorite spots are the ones where nobody else goes. There's a place about an hour from my town called Hollow Creek Woods. It's known for being extra quiet. The trees are old and covered in moss, and they seem to soak up all the sound. Even the birds seem to be quieter there. It's a little spooky, but I loved it. It felt like my own private world. One Tuesday afternoon, I went there by myself. I hiked for about a mile until I reached my favorite spot, a small clearing next to a dried-up creek bed. Big, mossy rocks were scattered everywhere. It was the perfect place to take pictures. I set up my camera on its tripod. I took a deep breath of the cool, clean air. All I could hear was the gentle rustle of the wind in the treetops. It was completely peaceful. For about an hour, everything was perfect. I was getting some great photos and feeling totally relaxed. I didn't know that my peaceful day was about to turn into the scariest experience of my entire life. As I was focusing my camera on a strange-looking mushroom, I heard something. It was a very faint whisper, "Alex." I stopped what I was doing and looked around. The woods were empty. I thought maybe I had imagined it, or maybe it was just the wind. I went back to my camera. A few minutes later, I heard it again, but this time it was closer and much clearer. "Alex." I froze. That was not the wind. It was a voice. And the scariest part, it sounded exactly like my own voice. It was like I had spoken my own name out loud, but I knew my mouth hadn't moved. My heart started to beat very fast. "Is someone there?" I called out, my voice shaking a little. A few seconds passed, and then I heard a reply coming from the trees in front of me. "Is someone there?" It was my voice again, mocking me. It wasn't an echo. An echo fades. This was different. This was a perfect copy, just as loud as I had spoken. I felt a cold chill run down my back. I tried to tell myself I was just tired, that my mind was playing tricks on me. I decided to test it. I whispered as quietly as I could, "This is not real." And from the woods, a whisper came back, just as quiet, in my own voice. "This is not real." Panic started to bubble up inside me. This couldn't be happening. I thought, okay, I'm going to say something silly, something no one would ever say. I said out loud, "My favorite color is blue." The woods answered immediately in my voice. My favorite color is blue. This thing, whatever it was a perfect mimic. I felt like I was going crazy. I quickly started to pack up my camera gear. I didn't want to be there another second. As I was fumbling with my backpack, a thought popped into my head. I need to get out of here right now. I didn't say it out loud. It was just a thought. But then, the voice from the woods spoke again, in my own voice. But this time it said something different. "You can't get out of here." My blood turned to ice. It had said my thought. It knew what I was thinking. I stopped packing and just stood there, completely terrified. I didn't make a sound. I was too scared to even breathe. After a minute of silence, I decided I had to run. I left my tripod. I didn't care. I just grabbed my backpack and my camera and turned to run back the way I came. As I took my first step, the voice spoke one more time, but this time it was different. It wasn't my voice anymore. It was a low, ugly laugh that seemed to come from everywhere at once. I ran. I ran faster than I ever have in my life. I didn't look back. I just crashed through the forest, branches scratching my face. And the whole time, the voice followed me. It kept talking in my voice. "Running away, Alex?" It would say then, "You're slow." And then it would laugh again, that horrible, deep laugh. It was a nightmare. I felt like I was being hunted by my own shadow. I could see the edge of the forest ahead, where the parking area was. My car was there. I felt a surge of hope. I burst out of the trees and fumbled for my car keys, my hands shaking so badly I almost dropped them. I jumped into my car, locked the doors, and jammed the key into the ignition. The engine roared to life. I slammed the car into reverse and sped out of that parking spot, spraying gravel everywhere. As I drove away, my heart was still pounding. I looked in my rearview mirror at the dark line of trees, expecting to see something standing there. But there was nothing. I was finally on the main road, heading back to town. I thought I was safe. My breathing started to slow down. And then, from the back seat of my car, I heard one last whisper. It was my own voice, clear as day, right behind my ear. It said, "See you soon, Alex." I screamed and almost crashed the car. I slammed on the brakes and twisted around. The back seat was empty. I was completely alone. I never went back to Hollow Creek Woods. Sometimes when I'm alone now, I get scared to speak out loud. I'm always worried that if I do, I might hear another voice answer me back. The scariest part is that I don't know what that thing was. But I know it's out there, and it knows my voice. Can you imagine that? Hearing your own voice talk back to you, knowing your thoughts. That's a level of creepy that really sticks with you. It's a terrifying reminder that some things in this world just can't be explained. What do you think Alex heard out there in the woods? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this story and want more creepy content, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there and be careful what you whisper in the woods. You never know who or what might be listening.